Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
Your entrance was good. His was better.
Love is a game.
What is it about the wrong kind of man?
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car. Power is a machine.
Now you've devised a way to read men's minds.
By the way, I've seen your mind free.
The real game begins.
What's going on, everyone? The Great Talent here, and today we're going to talk about Batman Forever. Yes, one of the lesser favorite. I guess, you know what, folks? I think enough time has passed as I can be as honest and fully transparent with you. Fuck the haters. I really enjoyed Batman Forever. I mean, it wasn't great or anything, but it was a solid Batman flick. Don't get me wrong. And, I posted a picture recently on this Facebook group that I follow, the 4K Blu-ray collectors. I'm an avid 4K collector. I got the 4K Blu-ray set up and everything. And everyone, for the most part, was agreeing with me. I got 40 comments on the post I made. 40 likes, 50 likes, and people were commenting, yes, such an underrated movie. Not sure why it got so much hate. And I can understand that. Being an adult now over the years, even I grew up with it, I thought it was a little silly, a little campy, a little too campy, because all these Batman movies were a little campy in their own right, but I felt like this one more so was more campier than the rest. But at the same token, I have a soft spot for this movie. And before we get too much into it, again, just want to thank everybody for stopping by. If you happen to like the video, don't forget to drop a like and maybe subscribe. I'll be doing 1 to 2 videos a week, movie game reviews and more. So yeah, with that being said, I really have, let's start from the beginning. So yeah, you don't get Michael Keaton anymore. He got 86 for whatever reason. I think creative differences or whatever. He just didn't want to come back. I don't really know the true reason, but now you got Val Kilmer, and honestly, folks, Val Kilmer, he's underrated, folks. He really, really is. He does the job. He does it well. He even sounds like he has a little bit of a Kevin Conroy, the animated Batman voice actor, in his voice. You can hear a little bit of Kevin Conroy in there, like he's trying to channel his inner Kevin Conroy. He sounds like Batman. He sounds like a good Batman. He looks the part, suave, sophisticated, like a bachelor, like a playboy. Partnered with Chris O'Donnell now is in the movie. He's like a very young, like Robin, just like early 20s. This is supposed to be introduced, and they were trying to create like a whole Batverse here with they introduced Robin in this movie, then Batgirl in the next movie, and so on and so forth. And in this movie here, it just follows, it loosely picks up, they have some of the same actors, some of the same, some very little, Pat Hingle reprises his role as Commissioner Gordon, and then you have Alfred, Michael Gough as Alfred, he reprises his role. So it is the same Batverse as the first 2 movies, just no Michael Keaton. But the story just kind of loosely follows those 2 previous films. Batman's still doing his thing. This time he has to stop Harvey Dent, who he inadvertently turned into Two-Face during some type of court incident. I don't know. Acid got involved. There was some nonsense. It opens with, Two-Face, doing some crazy shit, holding people hostages. Batman rescues him. And then, it just spirals down, it just spirals on in a downward spiral from there. Because you have then Edward Nygma's introduced, one of Batman's, Bruce Wayne's employees. Edward Nygma, played by Jim Carrey, who does a fantastic job as the Riddler, in my opinion. I know Jim Carrey is known for being an over actor here and there. For the most part, I think his best performance, in my opinion, his personal preference is Liar Liar. But he was having fun with this role. Yeah, he was overacting the shit out of this role, but he was very entertaining, like he always is. Like Ace Ventura, he brought out his little inner Ace Ventura a little bit here. I thought it was great. I thought it was great in the sense of it being entertaining. Was it a great acting performance? It's subjective, but I think he was very entertaining. I think that was the goal here. Be entertaining, be campy, be fucking ridiculous, wild, and whatever. And the same thing goes for Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. You know, Tommy Lee Jones, it was a hit or miss in this movie for me. But like Jack Nicholson, you know, him and Jim Carrey were really having fun with these roles. And I think that's what matters at the end of the day. I mean, sure and all, you're doing a job. You want to deliver the best possible performance that you can because it is work. But you know what, folks? If you are entertaining, you're doing your job to me. I mean, you don't have to be all dramatic. You want to be a little campy. You don't want to be a little silly. That's fine. As long as you're entertaining. I mean, hey, look, this movie was aimed more for kids. That's why they got Tim Burton away from these movies, the Joel Schumacher Batman movies. But, you know, and that's why, even though he still produced Batman Forever, I saw in the credits, but, you know, they're mainly trying to target kids. I get it. That's why Batman and Robin was full of puns. And that's next. I know I'm going to do Batman and Robin, folks. I am going to do it against my better judgment. I'm going to do Batman and Robin. But I'm doing it for Arnold Schwarzenegger, Arnie, and his puns, because those puns are fucking legendary. So they are. The movie is fucking nonsense, but his one-liners are still the greatest. One of his greatest one-liners are delivered in that movie in his acting career, and it's fantastic in that aspect. But with that being said, so yeah, you know, the movies, you know, and also in the movie, the love interest, you have Nicole Kidman, a very young, fucking gorgeous Nicole Kidman as Dr. Chase Meridian, like the bank. Like Chase. They named her after a bank, folks. I don't know what to tell you. It's almost as fucking crazy as the Bond fucking girls being named Pussy Galore, or like the Austin Powers movies, like A Lot of Vagina. Like you got Chase Meridian, so it's the PG version of A Lot of Vagina, or Pussy Galore. So yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, the movie, like I said, it's not the greatest Batman movie in the world, but it's far from the worst Batman movie. The worst is the next one. We all know that is going to go down in history for being the worst Batman film of all time. Next to the Adam West movie. One day I will get to the Adam West Batman movie. One day, folks, just not today. So, yeah, no, and also, too, I don't really know why they did away with Danny Elfman's musical score of the Batman theme, which was the best Batman theme of all time, in my opinion. They did some other weird dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's catchy, but it's not. It's not Danny Elfman. It's not. It's the crescendo, the fucking woo. You're not gonna get that with this fucking movie. I'll tell you that much, folks. But yeah, no, it has a pretty decent amount of action. Batman's doing his thing. He's a little more mobile this time, which is great. He can turn, you know, and Michael Keaton in the Batsuit was very stiff. He couldn't turn. He had to turn his whole body. You know, Val Kilmer's more fluid now. He's got more mobility, which is great. Same thing with Robin. Robin's kicking ass in the movie too, for the most part. He's a little cool hipster type of kid. He's doing his thing. Yeah, no, and that is pretty much it. I mean, Riddler, again, it's not going to be as dark and gritty as the Batman's Riddler that's coming out in the new movie in a couple of weeks. But to that point, you know, the Riddler here felt like a cross between like the Joker and like just Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura, Ace Ventura Pet Riddler. You know what I mean? So that's what it felt like. But he did a decent job. Two-Face was just batshit wacky. I'm still to this date, folks, I am not a fan of how they made Two-Face look with the whole purple face. Why is it purple? Why is it purple? Doesn't make sense. Like the Two-Face in The Dark Knight looked so much better than this Two-Face. It was more dark, gritty, realistic. I get it. They gotta appeal to kids, so it's like, oh, let's make him purple. It's like cotton candy or some bullshit. We're gonna sell a ton of fucking toys. No. Just no. Even as a kid, it was ridiculous. From what I recall. I mean, it was only like 8 or 9 when I saw this movie. I think it was 8 when I saw this movie. And, yeah, it was just silly. It was just silly seeing two. I was like, why is Two-Face purple? Why does he look like Ivan Ooze? Like, well, what the hell is this? He's got like fucking Barney colors on. But the Riddler, for the most part, looked really good. He looked the part, felt the part, for the most part, minus the overacting. Batman as Val Kilmer really felt like Batman. Robin was great. Batmobile looked pretty cool. It's not my favorite Batmobile rendition, but I like the Michael Keaton Batman Batmobile. I like Michael Keaton Batman better as well, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. So, yeah, and the art and set pieces aren't as, like, dark and gothic and elaborate as, say, Tim Burton movies, but they try and have a little bit of the touch of, like, the Tim Burton with the whole, like, architecture and the look and feel of the outdoor, the art design, pretty much. For the most part, they try. So no. Anyway, with that being said, so if I'm gonna score Batman Forever on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a solid 7, folks, out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It was solid. You know, not the greatest Batman movie, obviously, not the worst, somewhere in between. If I had, like I said, it's a 7 out of 10 for me. I mean, you may agree it's higher or lower. That's your prerogative. My prerogative is it's a 7 at this point in time. That's after rewatching this movie over a dozen times by now. That's just my thoughts. So anyway, that being said, that's my review of Batman Forever. Next is going to be, again, against my will and judgment, Batman and Robin. So stay tuned for that as my Batman marathon rolls along. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch everybody next time. Thanks as always for stopping by.